Well. Hello, everybody. It has been a really long time. I just decided to come over. I'm so tired. I have been bobbing and weaving all day, and I decided to come on here and just leave a little something for you guys. I had started recording something earlier, and I never did even get to get it together and post it. So I just said, while I'm sitting down catching my breath, I'll just come live and speak and just leave y'all with a little something. I hope everybody is doing well. We are nearing the end of 2025 and the beginning of a new age, a new era in a sense. Um, I pray that everyone stays safe during these tedious times, and I pray that everybody can eat. That everybody is blessed to be able to get food and pay their bills and do all of the things that are necessary at this time. I do definitely want to speak about a little bit of what's going on. I've been kind of watching and peeping and tipping and kind of just checking out everything. And I hear that they're saying that the benefits and stuff are going to stop, or well, have stopped. Um, I've heard so many different variations of it. For instance, if you can work, then yours may stop. If you work part time, then they will, uh, I guess, reduce your benefits. Um, Apparently, for the maybe the elderly and possibly disabled people or people with special needs, they may not be affected at all. But I've definitely heard the response from those that are affected, and it's definitely a dangerous game to be playing with civilians' lives, and their kids and their families and stuff. So I it's just it's kind of hard to wrap your head around it. But you know what? If you were with us back in the day when we were being educated by my sister Hermana, uh, you would be aware that there is something bigger and better on the skyline for us. Now, it's hard to explain, and I know we can't really get into it because of how the people think and how they're monitoring social media and this kind of thing. But I will say this: um, I it's difficult to take a side. And I shouldn't say take a side. I should say it's difficult to share an opinion because some people won't understand. But I'll say this: I can't say that I necessarily agree with this format that the president is using in terms of just cutting it off. Just it's affecting so many different people. And again, I don't know the stipulations because I'm not a recipient, but um, I definitely see the bigger picture, and I agree with the end result. Because the fact of the matter is, there are some people out there that need the help, and there are some people out there that have taken advantage and abused the help. Um, but when it's kids involved, I don't want no kids to be hungry. I don't want no old folks to go without. There's so much more. There's so much waiting for us at the end of the rainbow. But just remember that things are going to get worse before they get better. I hope you guys, if you're not watching and reading and researching, I hope you are taking the necessary steps to protect your family. Try to be proactive. Um, I have seen some stuff that I'm just shocked about. Hey Janice, hey Boo. Yeah, I miss you guys. Girl, it has been busy, tedious. You know how it is with life just going on. But um I have been up and down, trying to change out summer and fall wardrobe, and changing, moving furniture around, taking it back and forth, and fall cleaning and trying to decorate. And today has been a busy day for me, and I'm yet to finish up. But I said, I'm going to take a minute to sit down and leave a little something for my people. Um, I did, just before I went live, I got a notification from X. And apparently, and I don't remember how old it is, 2 hours, 3 hours, or whatever, but in Chicago, Illinois, the police have issued a lawful command to leave this place. This is not a lawful gathering. He said, this is, y'all ain't supposed to be here. This is not cool. You could see all the police officers. They were thick in riot gear, helmets. They have their shields, their batons. And if I recall, I may have even seen the truck back there with the super sprayer on it, which means they're going to be super macing the people. He was giving them direction on which way to exit the area, and said that if the people did not exit, they would be using chemicals on them to run them out of the area. And I just thought, my. Now, when I think about that, because you know me, the wheels are always turning. And so I said, okay, so they done gathered, they got a protest, the people done came through, they done got all the cowboys and Indians, they said it's unlawful, get out right now, or we're gonna put you out. And I said, all right, you done cut off the people benefits, you done cut off the housing, people have gotten eviction notices. And from what I'm understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong, they're cutting the people's insurance off too. They Medi-Cal or Medicaid or whatever they call it in whatever city or state that they're in. They're cutting off their government insurance. So when the people go out to protest, they stand. They are taking a risk of being maced, injured, having to be taken to the hospital for the insurance not to pay, and then they get a bill saying they owe. I don't know about y'all, but I can see a lot of people crashing out, as the kids would say. And when I say crashing out, I'm talking about going to the extreme. Now, I watched a lady take her kids up to the Target, and she got caught shoplifting, and she was on the phone telling her, I want to say her sister or her auntie, to come up there and get her kids. And I watched the police officer snatch the phone, hang it up, and proceed to tell her the kids are going with the Child Protective Service, because that's who they going to call to come and get the kids. And they're not going to release her kids to nobody else. Now, I got to thinking, I said, now, wait a minute. I remember the people talking about cleaning up things and draining the thing, and getting rid of the cabals and all of the people that like to prey on children. Uh, and I said, but man, this feel like a little bit of deja vu. Like, if these people gonna be taking their kids to the grocery store where they know that they EBT card is going to decline, but they have threatened and forewarned the people, we going to take our food and whatever else we've been shopping for, we going to take it, and we dare anybody to stop us. And one lady said, I'm going to bring my cousin with me, and he'll hit you one time and make you think da-da-da-da-da. I got to thinking, wait a minute. So that means it's going to be another influx of kids going into the system, into the foster system, because if they're arresting their parents, and it sounds like, you're going to wake the beast up in blue again, and then everybody going to end up being angry, evil, bitter, and got a problem, bigger problem with the situation than these bees, which means they're not going to have no sympathy for you, no love for you. They're not going to think about the kids, what's best for the kids. They're probably going to say, you should have thought about what was best for the kids before you brought them up here. But I digress. Now, we talking about the kids. So now, if you telling the people that they got to go and get a job and work 20 hours a week, do volunteer, community service, internship, whatever you want to call it, and they don't have a support system or have anybody that can help them keep the kids that they already got, then that means you're going to start getting people more calls and complaints about kids being left at home by themselves. You're going to start getting more calls and complaints about kids being left out in the car, in the heat, in the sun, in the elements, whatever, while their parents are inside trying to work, trying to get a job. I see a lot of problems coming up with the kids again. And I thought we was on the right road a minute ago to fixing, they were finding a lot of kids and they was rescuing them and they were arresting and dealing with the girls and the boys that like to take advantage of the children. I thought we was, hey, I thought we was getting through that. I was happy. I was excited. That was the one thing I was, really thinking we would be able to brag about come Christmas. And I could be wrong. It could just be my ADHD messing with me. But man, I just keep seeing the kids being put back in a bad position. Now, I have seen the people, the PPP people. I've seen them come on talking about they day in court and how much time they got and when they got to surrender themselves. And then I thought back, if y'all remember when we was watching them take the old decrepit hotels and remodel them so that they could be used as temporary holding cells or jails, temporary jails, if you will, and land and structures and stuff that they were. And if y'all remember back then, we was wondering, well, who they planning on putting in these rooms? We saw how they was doing the rooms over in the UK and Italy and all of that. And we said, well, they must be gonna get the PPP people because there's a lot of them out there to get. It's gonna be the PPP. But then on the flip side, they was talking about, well, if you ain't went and had that, if you ain't had that thing, you ain't went and had that Kool-Aid, if you ain't went and had a couple of doses, first dose, second dose, third dose, fourth dose of Kool-Aid, and if you know, and if you don't, sit back, it'll come to you. Uh, we're gonna kick y'all to the curb. We're gonna do something with y'all. And it was implied or received that basically you're gonna lock those people up. So you need all of the spaces and buildings and land and things that you need for all of these people who are gonna get locked up. Now, we were more focused on the people that was gonna be having to go see the admiral over yonder, over at Gitmo. Remember, we was waiting on them to go over there and to the tribunal because those people were government officials of some sort with high-ranking officials. They got to see the admiral, and I'm gonna guess if their charges have anything to do with the lawsuit that we studied not long ago with all of these different people in these different positions that had a hand and a foot in trafficking and the different things of that nature. uh well, it seems like it's going to be a lot of them going over there now. Let's back up. Chicago, I knew Chicago was going to be a problem when they told us that what they was going to do to the National Guard. Now, I didn't believe them when they was talking about it, but as I checked. I was getting videos. I was seeing them online. Co-workers were talking about Chicago was really, really cutting up. And when I look at Chicago, I get a flashback or some deja vu of martial law. If you remember our days in the underground, in the dark room, in private, under discretion, we talked about the 10 Days of Darkness. We talked about the EBS, the Emergency Broadcast System. We talked about the martial law. We talked about getting broke down damn near to that of a third world country to prove the point of what is waiting on us on the other side of the field. That was what was meant for us as a country. We were not supposed to be in this monkey grip, if you will, that we are in. And so for those who are wondering, well, what is she talking about? What monkey grip? Where are we going? What are we getting into? Well, maybe if you're new here, I'm sorry. The majority of those videos disappeared a while back with the channel. But I have a few animated videos on this channel where we have to be very discreet or very slithery in how we release the information to you guys, right? So I just see that. When I see Chicago, I said, okay, it's coming. I see you done cut the benefits out for the people. Now, let me tell you something. The I heard on the right side that the benefits were supposed to be cut off until maybe December or January. But there is this man that I follow on X, and I think my sister done sent me a few videos too, to where he is either inside the wasp nest or he got an inside connection in the wasp nest. Let it be told is he said that apparently Don got up on the TV screen there in front of the world and told us that he didn't need Congress again for the next 4 years. And then he proceeded to say the shutdown is shut down for the next 4 years, with the exception of the newly received applications and those for senior citizens and disabled people. Now let me tell you something. Y'all was distracted with looking at how much money was being sent over there to, what is it, Australia somewhere, and them other countries, them billions that we sent over to see. Y'all was distracted with that. Y'all was trying to watch where the money was going instead of watching how the allegiance comes together. So you got to be watching, as my dear would say. You got to watch. You got to watch, right? So another man that preaches from the inside. Hey, Love Black. Oh, I'm just stopping through for a little bit just to rent because I've been seeing and watching and I hadn't really talked about it. I discovered you can't talk about a lot of this stuff with people because they get so offended and bothered. And it just hit me that maybe that they're so offended and bothered is because they're affected by it, and their pride is, they have too much pride to just come on out and let the beans hit the table and just tell you, listen, I'm getting food stamps and they cut my food. Well, I pay, I'm on Section 8. They pay my rent and they don't want nobody to know that they get stamps. They don't want nobody to know that they get housing. They don't want nobody to know. So then when you start trying to talk about it and explain it, they be ready to fight you like in real life. Oh, I missed you too, babe. I missed you too. And that's troublesome because for me, I was so blessed. I was so happy, still blessed, still happy and excited that Hermana took the time and the energy and listened to God speaking to her about stay with her. Don't give up on her. She's just struggling to understand. But you know, for me, when I'm trying to share that with you guys, it's not that I want to argue and fight about what makes sense, what don't make sense. Why is he doing it? Why is he planning on it? Why is he? That's not the reason I come out here and take chances to talk to y'all about it. I come out here so that we can strategize on the best way to survive it all. How do we stay on top? Is to change your mindset. Because in the process of learning how these people are operating, I discovered my whole life is a lie. I've told y'all that over and over again. And my life is a lie because they tricked us into having a different way of thinking. They programmed us with TV, radio, movies, and singers. They had plants. It was psyop. It was all kind of tricks of the trade that they used to trick us and to have us believing what they want to believe and have us going down the water slide instead of the rabbit hole. And now that I know that, it's like, well, you know what? If you tell the people what you thinking and what may be bothering you or what you may be worried about, maybe they'll take a minute to look at the evidence that's being presented because they put the stuff right in our face. Like we too stupid to add one and one and come up with two. Look at what's presented and just think about it. Get on Google, ask Google some questions, ask Alexa questions, ask Siri questions. See what they tell you. And then if you get even a hint, or just make your eyebrow go up and make you say, then say, well, if this is true, what can we do to overcome? Well, you know, I'm still on the same old child. Get a deep freezer, stock up on your needs, your canned goods, and oh, wait. That's what y'all telling the people that was on stamps and stuff that's losing their stamps? But ain't this the same thing I told y'all 2, 3, 4 years ago, me and my sister and my niece? We told y'all this day was coming. Hey, we had suspicions on how it was gonna come. We didn't have the facts. And what did the people say? Oh, y'all just conspiracy theorists. That's all y'all doing. Y'all just running around with this propaganda. Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay. But look, where are we now? Now Muggs is trying to stock up. So now what I see and what worries me, and it ain't happened yet, and I pray to God that he spare us, he have pity on us. Is what I see is these people start to swipe them cards and get them declines, I start to see rioting. I start to see looting like Black Friday. I start to see people running out the stove, tearing up the stove, setting, doing, burnt, breaking, busting, kicking. I see damage in the grocery store. Well, what do the damage do? That don't that what does that got to do with anything? It got a lot to do with anything because like the man said the other day, I've seen at least 6 videos that had me just about in tears how them people was up in them stores fighting for the food and trying to get out and tearing up stuff. My fear is that man might say, you know what, I am Mr. Walmart. And I am not going to let this man change the rules and cause the civilians to come in and damage up my store. So I'm going to lock the door. What? You can't do that. Oh, yes, you can. You most certainly can lock the door, Mr. Walmart, Mr. Safeway, Mr. Kroger, Mr. Ralph's, Mr. Smart and Final, Mr. Y'all absolutely can lock the door and make the people order their food online by Instacart or Uber Eats or DoorDash or whoever else is doing the food delivery. They very well could. Now what are you looking at? Now you're looking at a bunch of people who are enraged because the solution they came up with now won't work because y'all ain't playing fair. Now it becomes anger, revenge, retaliation. When you wake up in the morning, it's gonna be ashes. When you wake up in the morning, it's gonna be ashes. So now I ain't got no store to go to. I ain't got no store to order my stuff online. I ain't got nowhere, but it's okay because I'm stock locked, ready to rock. I ain't got to go nowhere. I ain't got to call nobody. We good. Okay. So I'm good. Okay, you good. She good. He good. They good. Okay, the neighborhood is good. What happens next? Now they coming in your house. Now they're going to be breaking in the house. This is just the fear that I have. This is what I worry about. I mean, granted, I got extra bullets. I think I might even need to go get a bigger gun, but that's neither here nor there. But yeah, these are my fears. If you recall, these were my fears 3 or 4 years ago. And for 3 or 4 years, we didn't see no motion. We didn't see nothing coming. Waiting, looking, peeking around the corner. We didn't see nothing. Now, right now, it's upon it. It's on top of us. And Thanksgiving is this month. Now, Black Friday, Black Friday, baby. Let me tell you something. You better order your stuff online for Black Friday because, again, I fear if you're going to the store for Black Friday for the sales, you're gonna get caught up in something that may not be meant for you, and it'll be you was in the wrong place at the wrong time. I'm just saying, don't do it. Don't do it. I don't know. It's very very it's overwhelming, and I'm very overwhelmed. I just wanted to come on here and rant a little bit about what I thought. Um, I, I I've seen what a lot of you guys think about it. Um, I've seen some people commenting here and there, and you know, I it I'm I think I think my main worry, I can't even get it out, is the kids. I'm really that's a problem for me. I'm really worried about the kids because that means people are gonna take the wrong mindset. If they don't care, I don't care, and then kids gonna be at the house in the middle of the night because the parents is at the club, and it's a mess. And I've seen some of these bougie women uh, saying it's the taxpayer's job to pay this and pay that. It's the taxpayer's job. Well, y'all called and reported me, so thanks, taxpayers. Thanks. You know what? Listen, the program was to assist you while you plan to get on your feet, while you get yourself together, so that you don't have to be on there. It wasn't an end all be all. It wasn't something that you could get on and ride out for your whole life. And there was once upon a time, hell, I ain't gonna even lie, I had a family member, and I said, I believe every time her stuff get ready to expire, I think she squat out and have another baby. I really did say that. That's how I felt. Um, and it's really unfortunate because we having problems now with the 30, 40, 50 year olds that's working in the service industry, the food industry, the entertainment industry, commercial industry. We having a problem with them doing their job professionally and thinking outside the box and being quick on their feet. We about to have an influx of a whole bunch of YNs, as the kids call them. I think y'all know what YN stand for. Hell, I might not know, but I think I know. We're about to have a large influx of them coming out here trying to work. Now, y'all done seen Gordon Ramsay exposed to people. The lady done took the man hamburger bun and wiped under her tit with it. And they done had to tell him on the radio, don't eat the sandwich. He was about to take a big bite out of it. He said, don't do it. She wiped the sweat out from under her breast with that. Baby, it's going to be bad. You got the people exposing the meat, the dinner, the catering dinners that they picking up from Roadhouse and Outback and Black Angus, and the steak ain't steaking. I seen the man do the Arby's interview on the new steak by steak guy. He said it ain't steak. Let me try it with some sauce. Nope, that ain't working. Let me try it with some this. Nope, that ain't. It ain't. Listen, they say I heard a piece of a political video talking about the attack was on the farmers, messing with the food. Why y'all messing with the animals when y'all done decided y'all gonna print the food out on a 3D printer? Print the 3D print it then, and put it out there and see if they gonna buy that over the animal. I don't get it. But I will tell you this: be careful of everything that. I gotta be careful. Be careful with what they try to force on you. If they're trying to force something on you, it is not really what I want to. If you're trying to force me to do anything, I ain't gonna do it. No, I'm gonna say it that way. I ain't gonna do it. I'm ornery. I'm old fashioned, and I ain't with it. Now you tried to force me to drink that Kool-Aid, and I didn't drink not near a drop of it. Right? Now y'all talking about, oh well, you need to have a real ID. I ain't with it. I got a license and a passport. If that won't work for you, then I'll stay at the house. I'm not trying to do none of that. What y'all talking about? Why? Because look at what's happening in China. I seen some videos over here in the States too. Take your phone when you go to work, when you go to school, when you go to church, if you go to the park, if you go to the grocery store. Open up your camera and hold it up to the crowd like you finna take a picture of the people. And you can see the little boxes come over the people. Like it's finna give you information. It's like it's telling you, it's monitoring, it's trying to monitor. It's trying to pick up facial recognition, identify the person. Because see, let's not forget, Alexa and Siri told us a long time ago. We listening, we watching, we're telling, we're snitching. They want to know everything. Where you go, who you with, how long you there, how often you go, how much you spend, what you eating. Because the way it's being done in China, the social credit system in China dictates your punishment. You jaywalked, account is frozen, and a fine is taken directly from your account. Your account will remain frozen for 3 days. Well, that is corporal punishment for you. They said that they don't want you like I said, moonwalking. They don't want you jaywalking. We fined you $100, which we've taken directly out of your account, and we frozen your account for 3 days as punishment for jaywalking, so that you don't jaywalk anymore. Okay, that's how y'all want to do it. Okay, so let me get me a few little K's. Let me give me some change. You know what I'm saying? A whole bunch of quarters, nickels, dimes. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't got no pennies. Whole bunch of dollars, whole bunch of fives, whole bunch of tens, whole bunch of twenties. Very few fifties, very few hundreds, but a whole lot of small denomination bills. Let me tell you something else there. I seen them say somewhere down south said the people is done running out of pennies and they're not gonna print no more. What? This ain't the first time we done heard them say running out of change. Hell, what, 2, 3 years ago, we went to the down to the little shopping mall where the different restaurants are, and all of them had signs on the door saying, no cash, only card. We ain't got change. That's nothing new. We've heard that before. Why is everybody shocked about it? Because if we can stop you using cash, and this is just my thoughts, this is what I'm looking at, this is my understanding of what I'm seeing, is that If you can't track me if I'm using cash, you can't track me. So if you say, well, y'all stop taking cash and coins, we running out, we ain't gonna put it no more, start using the card. Now you can track me. Now you can keep up with how many times I went to Chipotle, Burger King, Diablo's, Olive Garden, Jack in the Box. Now you can track me how many times you went to Walmart, Target, TJ Maxx. Now you can track me. So listen, I ain't a criminal. I ain't running and hiding, and there ain't no reason for you to track. So I'm going to be the uh, mischievous kid that's not going to comply with what you're trying to do. Everything you're doing, I'm gonna try to do the opposite because I'm not with your program. I don't want to be on your program. I'm not with your program. Now you're abolishing the IRS. I heard that. I read that. I studied that 3 years ago, and for 3 years I didn't see nothing. So again, I was very hesitant to believe. There have been a lot of subjects where I teetered on the fence, even after research. It's like, well, I ain't seen it by now, so maybe it's not true. Smooches, Libra butterfly. Hey, baby. Okay, thank you, love. Thank you. So it's okay. Uh, it takes time for a lot of stuff to happen, for a lot of stuff to play out, right? So now I see that you are closing them down, you shutting them off, you're not paying them. I seen the people in the Atlanta airport. Was it yesterday? I believe it was yesterday. They was in there like roaches, standing and sitting. Now I don't know what was going on up at the TSA booth. They didn't pan the camera that far, but they were in line and they were waiting. And according to the CEO of United Airlines, he was very unhappy, and he got up in front of the camera and he let the people know that it was hurting us in so many ways. Okay, if you sit up and think about how it's hurting, then you can see how it feels like, it looks like. I understand it to be, you're going to break us down to third world. We're going to hit rock bottom, be desperate, crawling on our knees, hurting, so that we will never let the next president, ambassador, whatever, prime minister, whatever you want to call him, the next leader and head dude in charge, we would never let them bring us back to where we thought we wanted to be. Hey, JLC, hey. Everybody want to go back to what it was, where the Section 8 and the stamps and everything was easy, 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 easy. Oh yeah, we can get over, we can get over, we can get over. Oh, this is cool. We want to go back. No, you don't. Because see, God got something better for us, and you might can't see it right now, but just continue to read your Bible and continue to pray. Research everything that you see them talking about. Look it up. Look into it. Because at the end of the day, nobody really cares about your opinion, how you feel about it or what you think about it. At the end of the day, it's, nigga, how do you survive it? How do you go through the trials and tribulations and come out on top? That's the key. Is how do you survive it? Because when you cut them stamps off, you stop the merchant from making money to pay their employees. You see, you stopping them from eating because you want them to go and work, and I get it. It makes sense. If you can work, you should work. I get it. But now you got some of them mad enough to start causing problems in the merchant store. Now the merchant got damages, lost goods. The man is up telling all the people that work at Walmart, go, he said, if you see them people stealing something, he said, you don't see nothing, turn your head. Let them people go. Leave them alone. I can see like it already happened. How many people gonna lose their life trying to protect somebody else's merchandise? Let it be. But now Cutting out the stamps. So Walmart sales gonna go down. Everybody's sales gonna go down. The restaurant sales gonna go down. All grocery now they're gonna lose sales. Now they can't pay the farmers who shipping all the produce and the vegetables and shit up here. Now they can't pay them, so now they can't ship. Now they can't, sell nothing. They can't feed. So it's a trickle effect. It's going to affect everybody, all of us. It don't matter if you get stamps, have houses, none of that. It ain't gonna matter. Hey, Ruthie. Oh, babe, I miss you too, love. It affects everybody. And people are so upset and so riled up as the kids who say they done crashed out. They only see one thing, and that's their kids and their family. They not looking at nothing else. They ain't heard nothing else. They don't see nothing else. They don't know what you're talking about. They don't give a damn. They want their money. That's all. But but now they got what? They got eviction. They giving them eviction notices. But wait a minute, you giving them eviction notices. But didn't I just see that somebody passed a bill or signed a bill or something says against the law to be homeless? Well, wait a minute, God damn it! What is they supposed to do? You're damned if you do. You're damned if you don't. What do you do? Because if you got an eviction notice, your first priority is trying to find somewhere to live, but they cut your money off. So you ain't got no job, you ain't got no money, you don't have no support system, you got kids. The homeless places, they're gonna be full. They ain't gonna be able to take you. So now if you get caught on the street with your kids out 2 o'clock and you ain't got no address, they're gonna turn around and arrest you and put the kids in the system. Wait a minute, hold on. They're gonna arrest you and put you in jail and the kids in the system. Oh wow. Can y'all see where I'm going with what I'm seeing, what I'm feeling? So I was excited to hear that at the end of the day, and I ain't gonna lie, I'm almost scared to say the words Nasara. I'll say one word. When I saw the Nasara list, I thought, thank you, Jesus. Yes, Lord, I want my 40 acres and a mule. I've been waiting, Lord. Yes, yes. Come on with it, Lord, because that was supposed to be that all of us were supposed to be on equal ground. We supposed to be level. It ain't supposed to be no Oprahs and no Bezos and no, Zuckerberg. All us supposed to be rocking with the same dollars. All us supposed to have our own house. All us supposed to be able to do whatever. It ain't supposed to be no I to the R to the S. It ain't supposed to be no this. It ain't supposed to be no that. It ain't supposed. Can you see? I was excited. But now that I look at it, I thought back then, well, where you gonna get all of this money to put us on a level playing field? Well, it's gonna come from the bad people, the bad rich people who will be, you know, dealt with. Uh, and I thought to myself, man, it's a lot of people. Ooh, that's a lot of money. But now that I look at it, I'm like, oh my. So everybody ain't gonna win, right? You're reducing the number of population that's gonna even be out here and available to get this money. Why? Because they're gonna end up locked up or unalive. Which, I mean, it'll be more for us. But, I'm not trying to be selfish or greedy. But yeah, it's this shit is coming to a head. Y'all better be paying attention. Now I see more people talk about it. I'm hearing that more people are talking about it. It's good. It's wonderful. Y'all know the chances I took years ago trying to come out with it and tell y'all and show y'all and teach y'all where to go. And I'm gonna tell you something else. The hackers and the scammers, oh baby, they working double time. They working double time. Listen to me. You need protection. Not just protection for you while you at the house. You need protection on your phone. You need protection on your iPad, your laptop, your computer, your Xbox, your PlayStation, your Atari, Nintendo, your all. You got to have. Why? Because people like Norton Antivirus, they'll tell you when your shit is down there on Black Web being sold and how they got it, where they got it from, and what they doing. Now, somebody hacked into my Telegram account and got me barred and booted off of it. I have an idea on how I'm gonna get back, but I hadn't done it yet because I have so much other stuff that I'm trying to deal with by the end of the year that it's a little overwhelming. But listen, y'all got to have some kind of cash. You need to put you now. Don't be getting a take them big bills and break them down. You need small bills to maneuver. It's almost like Demolition Man. Y'all remember it with Wesley and Sylvester. Was it Sylvester Stallone in Demolition Man? You're gonna need them small bills, especially if you getting put out. Now I get it. It's dangerous to have cash on you, especially when you're homeless, because mud's gonna be trying to rob you. But if you want to sleep in somebody's backyard, if you want to sleep in their garage, if you want to sleep on the front porch, and they catch you, it might behoove you to say, I got $3. That's all I got on me. I'll give you $3 if you just let me lay here until in the morning. You may need it. My kids are hungry. We were kicked off Section 8. We ain't got no stamps. I got $5. Do you have some noodles, some cereal, some, eggs or something you can give my kids? Something. That is going to be your way of life. And let me be very clear with what I'm about to say, and it may cost me, but I'm going to say it because it's on my spirit. Make no mistake, you are not, I repeat, you are not being acknowledged as a goddamn illegal alien, bitch. You are not. You are not going to get the treatment that they got. You are not going to get the $13,500 in SNAP benefits like they got. You are not going to get $6,000, $10,000 a month on your cash card like they did. You are not going to get a free cell phone like they did. You are not going to be put up in hotels like they were. You are not going to be put up in apartment buildings because they didn't kick the other residents out so that you could have some. You are not. Don't don't get it twisted. The message was received. You don't give a fuck about me. You did more for them than you done did for anybody over here that are citizens. And you know what else I learned? Is that Sleepy Joe, he didn't start it. He was following his predecessor steps. See, I had forgot back when old boy did that back during his 8-year term. Remember, he opened up the borders too. Remember? Uh-huh. Oh yeah. He opened them up, and now he co-signed it, and I ain't got no problem with white, black, orange, purple, green. I don't care what color you are. I'm not prejudiced. I'm not racist. I'm not none of that. However, I do have an inner code inside of my spirit to where we supposed to be sticking together. We supposed to be rocking together, and he got his ass up there co-signing for that Caucasian woman, but this sister over here running and trying to make it and pull up, and you ain't got nothing, you not helping her, you ain't co-signing, you not rallying for her, you rallying for the wife. Oh, got you. Okay. So you still the puppet, you still tied to the strings. It is what it is. It is what it is. You see, Big Red is up here saying he kicking everything back to the states. Your student loans they get kicked back on the state level. They not being done on the federal level now. Now there are videos out there to tell you how to get out, how to do this, that, and the other. Let me tell you something. I tried two of them. They don't work. They don't work. 9 times out of 10, you're not going to get out of them by disputing the validity of the loan. You may be able to get out of it using the FERPA violation, or you may be able to simply claim a hardship and you have to, write your letter and word it out just right. But you might be able to get them to waive your student loans. But a lot of the stuff out there is bad info, and a lot of the people pushing the info are scammers. They want you to click the link. They want you to call this. They want you to do this so that they can record the voice, record your handwriting, record your actions, record your keystrokes, hack into your system. They are busy, Lizzie, Izzy. You're going to have to be very careful on the internet, because if the TSA people ain't getting paid, the government employees ain't getting paid, and they being forced to work without pay, and this, that, and other, your customer service is no longer professional as you have been accustomed to. It's gonna fall off, and you're gonna be forced to go where? To the world wide web, where all of the demons are waiting to get you and your information. So be very careful. Before you click a link, hover your mouse over the top of the link and wait on the letters to come up. Because if the letters that come up don't match the name of who you think you talking to, for instance, UPS. UPS is usually perceived as United Parcel Service, right? That's the man that drive a brown truck with a brown uniform, and his competition is FedEx, DHL, United States Post, da 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 da. So if UPS really sent you a link to click, when you hover over the link, it should be something 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 at ups.com / then it can be whatever ever you know that is a true UPS link. But if that link ain't at ups.com, it might be at ups.net. It may be at ups.us.co. Don't do it, Cletus. Don't click it. The biggest thing they're selling is the biggest thing you should be worried about. What you talking about, BBK? AI, artificial intelligence. Y'all so quick to want to put the machines in action. Y'all want the machine to drive the car. The machine gonna be your Uber driver. Up, the machine gonna be your waiter and your waitress. Up, the machine gonna be your nanny. But these niggas is running around here hacking everything with a machine tied to it. Any codes tied to it, they hacking it. So you mean to tell us now you want the humans to go out and get a job at the same time you giving the jobs to the robots and the artificial intelligence. Now you want them to compete against the robot. But the robot is in bigger danger of getting hacked and taken over and overrun. Hell, I don't want to give a human my credit card. You think I want to give it to the robot C3PO rolling up here to take my check? I don't want to give it to him, because if somebody that hacked into his shit, they're going to get my credit card information. Now I got to be worried about the scammer on the back end. I mean, you can't live with him, you can't live without him. I get it. But these are all of the worries and concerns that surround me at this time. And I'm very, very bothered. And I will tell you, um, the food banks, they're struggling, they're having problems. The missions, the kitchens, the Salvation kitchens, and the different places, they're going through it too. And if I didn't know any better, I would say this is the perfect time for the rich people to step up and show that we can do this. Because if they care about society as a whole, as human beings, I would think that no matter how they felt about these people losing their benefits, I would think the minimum that they would do is donate into the food banks, into the churches, into the homeless shelters, and help them try to accommodate the people the best way they can. It's not money being put into their pocket. You just giving them a little food and a little roof over their head. Now, absolutely, they will try to take advantage of it. But the good thing about it is that there's someone at the shelter that monitors and keeps everything running smoothly. So, when it's time to go, it's going to be time to go. You can't. It's not a lot you can do. So, people, please stock up and please keep in mind that there is always that chance that when your town gets struck or gets hit the hardest, that your grocery store may not even open their doors except for the delivery people coming and picking up orders. So you want to be stocked up. Plenty of waters, tissue, washing powder, aluminum foil. Make sure you got your candles, your batteries, your matches, your radio. Make sure you got, and listen, if you have an apothecary, keep it safe. If you don't, get one. Because this is the time when we're really going to be needing to use herbs and stuff for our medicines. We're going to have to go back to the old folks side of things and start using old wives' tale, old potions and lotions and whatnot. Mentholatum, milk of magnesia, castor oil, 666, Father John's. Uh, we're gonna have to go back and get that. We're gonna have to use some of that stuff. Because if you ain't got no government insurance, then how you and your kids gonna go to the doctor and get treatment? Then if you go to the hospital and they treat you, you're gonna get a bill, even though the bill will go to a house that you no longer live at. So now everybody's credit will start getting affected. So when an opportunity does come along for you to get something, you have destroyed it because you were in a program that didn't look after you. So, hey Selena, hey baby, how you doing? I just came on here to ring girl. I had got tired. I had been bobbing and weaving, doing clothes, moving furniture, and redoing. Girl, just going because I didn't get to do it yesterday. Yesterday I had a lot of running around and stuff to do, and I came home and ate at 12:30, and I laid down for a nap. Girl, when I woke up, it was 5 o'clock. So I started again. So I got up early this morning and got started. So I said, well, let me come on here and talk to the people for a quick second. But listen, I didn't held y'all long enough. It was just some stuff I've seen so much. So much of it has been disappointing. It has been heart wrenching to watch. It has been absolutely heartbreaking to watch these parents leave these kids in the car like they're trying to die. And I'm gonna tell you something. And Lord forgive me because I don't mean no harm in what I'm finna tell these people, but I'm finna tell you something. If you put listen, good. I'm so glad to hear that, baby. Uh, put your insurance policy out on your baby daddy. He don't want to help you with the kids. He out here thuggish, ruggish bone. He out here clapping it up with all the big booty 304s. Put an insurance policy on. Put insurance policy on your auntie, on your uncle, on your brother, on your sister. Yeah, you can put one on your mom and dad if you want to. At the end of the day, we need some help that has never been discussed or talked about. It's always get a job, get a savings account, get your 401k, get your pension, get your profit sharing, get. You got insurance on your car, you got insurance on your phone, insurance on your house, get some insurance on some heads, on some meats, on some dang-a-lang-a-lang mandingos. Put some insurance on these motherfuckers so when they start croaking, you can start getting a payout and you can recoup until you can figure it out. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. At the end of the day, I miss y'all. I'm glad y'all stopped through to hang out with me for a little while. It has been very busy. And again, I just stopped through. We got Thanksgiving coming. I'm still buying bullets. I'm still trying to get ready. I'm bobbing and weaving and making and shaking it So by the time Thanksgiving come, I will be prepared or to a point to where I'm comfortable, because when this thing gets nasty and it blows up and they do declare martial law, you guys will find out the military police don't act the same way your local police do. See, y'all can claim I plead the fifth, or I got fourth amendment rights and I got second. I mean, you ain't got shit when the military police stop you or tell you to get on the ground or tell you to go back in the house. You ain't got no rights when it come to them. They ain't listening, talking, and arguing back and forth with you. They will pop your ass, drag you over to the sidewalk, and keep on going. And the cleanup man will turn the corner in a minute and scoop you up and take you to the garbage. You ain't got no rights with the military police. So don't sit up here and think you gonna do what Chicago doing and whatever. And I'm gonna say this right here too. I just thought about it. Speaking of Chicago, did y'all see what happened in Jamaica? Y'all seen the storm came through and flooded out the island, and then the man came through and said Jamaica signed up for the smart city like Maui did. I said, what? What do you mean? Oh yeah, in 2030, Maui said whoop whoop whoop. Then the damn microwave got turned on in Maui, and Maui got cooked up, right? Okay. Then I heard the people said the Pacific Palisades signed up for the smart city in 2030. Well, I'll be damned. The microwave came on the Palisades. They got cooked up. So you mean to tell me Jamaica signed up for the 2030? They said, why, yes, he did. But they got flooded. They got swept away in the current. I said, well, I'll be damned. I don't know. Just something to think about, I guess. Do some Googling and look it up yourself. Get an idea of exactly what's really going on. And oh, yeah, by the way, I heard something on X, Twitter, where they said that Bama and signed something for the banks back during his year. And it was something along the lines, what was it called? The Dodds Act, where if the banks go upside down, uh, they just take your money instead of letting the FDIC see. In the past, when the banks went upside down, they bailed the banks out, right? Y'all remember that. They bailed them out. Now, our money in the bank is covered by FDIC. So anything happen with your money, FDIC just give your money back. They do a little process and they give you money back, right? With this Dodds Act, Google it. This Dodds Act supposedly is a statement that says if the bank go upside down, ain't no need in letting insurance pay. I just take the people money that's in the bank. Now I got a problem with that. But it ain't nothing I can do to stop it unless I'm gonna take my money out the bank. And everything that every transaction that we generally work through is with debit card or credit card. So I kind of can't take the money out the bank. I need it to be in there for business. But I can tell you one thing. I got some shit. I got all small bills. I got all the quarters, dimes, and nickels you can think of. I got more ones than I got anything. A shitload of fives, tens, and 20s. I only have a handful of 50s and a handful of hundreds, but you never know. You may have to get on the street and barter with somebody for a cup of milk. And I know it sounds like it's so drastic, like, oh, girl, that's so desperate. It ain't gonna get that bad. You don't know how bad it's gonna get. And you need to have some type of plan and action. The same way you have a plan of action to your kids. If something happened at their school, just make it to the house. Call me and make it to the house. Because if something happened and I find out and I can't get to school, I know that y'all gonna make it home and I'm gonna make it to the house and we're gonna make it there and be there together. Same way you got that plan lined out, y'all need to have a plan. Maybe you need to, and listen, and if you got you a big old house on some property, maybe you need to have you build an underground bunker, a shelter. And I'm talking about the shelter with the full works. like a lot of the country farmers have done. They have a ventilation system down there. They have their deep freezer, refrigerator, sink, toilet, shower. They have cots to sleep on for beds, kitchen table. They got power, set up down there because hey, you never know when that 5G get kicked in or that 6G get turned on. Hey, you never know. Whoever drunk the Kool-Aid, whatever they drunk may have a reaction to those energy waves. It may cause them to, I don't know, they may go into zombie mode or some shit, kind of like them people up in Philadelphia. I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying, and if you got somewhere to escape where can't nobody find you, that might be the safest place for you. But yeah, yet again, you gotta stock, put you some stock up on some water and shit down there for hold you at least a year. But you know me, I'm just thinking out loud. Listen, I love y'all. I'm glad y'all came through and hung out with me. May God bless you and your family and keep us all on top. We will come out on the other side. We have to be smart and think about survival. Try to keep your emotions to a halt because when you get emotional, you don't think straight. Think about survival. I love y'all. Peace out. Now I holler.